Hey there everyone, it's Jenna. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I figured it'd be fun if we just did a more casual, chatty type video. I literally had to dust the dust off of my vlogging camera, so that's how I knew we were overdue for a little chat and a little update. So I'm gonna fill you all in on the moving situation, which I actually mentioned all the way back in my makeup tutorial video. So I'm going to kind of fill you guys in on that, and then I'll give you some garden updates and probably show you how I do my hair, because a lot of you ask how I put my curls in. So I thought it'd be fun to do that while we talk about everything. And then also the first thing that I want to do is make some lavender syrup for my iced coffees, because I love to order a lavender iced coffee when I'm out if they have it. It's like my favorite coffee order, but I figured I'd save some money if I can make it at home. And I've been making it at home lately, and a lot of times I actually like it better than the ones that I order out. So I'll show you all how I make that. We'll have some coffee and then we'll chat. Okay, so this is seriously all you need for the lavender syrup. This Anthony's French Lavender, I just got it on Amazon. It was super affordable. I will link it below. It was like $10, and this has lasted me for a really long time. And then sugar and water, and that is it. Also, really quick before we start the syrup, I wanted to show you all what I've been eating for breakfast every day, and it's my new obsession. They are these Starbucks egg bites, and I actually get these at Costco. That's the only place I've ever seen them, and they seriously taste so good. These are the bacon and cheese ones. They are so light and fluffy, and I'm not like a big quiche eggy person, but these are so delicious. But yeah, super simple. I just get them at Costco. You take them out of the package here, and then you pop them in the toaster oven for 10 minutes. I do it like 10 minutes at 300 degrees, and they come out perfect every time. So once I add all of the 3 ingredients to the pot, I just heat it over medium-high heat until all of the sugar dissolves. So I just keep stirring it around until eventually it looks more like a water mixture than a sugary water mixture. And then I get it to a point where it just starts to boil, and then I turn off the heat and let the lavender flowers steep for about 20 to 30 minutes. So during that time, we can go over and check on our egg bites. Okay, so this is what the egg bites look like when they're done. These are probably a little overdone because I was doing the syrup, but when you cut into them like this, you can see the inside is just so fluffy. I feel like they don't look or sound too appetizing, but trust me, they are so good. Kona can attest to that, right, Kona? She's sitting there waiting because sometimes if she's lucky, she'll get a little bit of leftovers. Also, for those of you wondering, the iced coffee base that I basically use is just these packets. So I buy these on Amazon, and then you put them in a pitcher with some water overnight. They say for 24 hours, but I usually just do it the day before. And then that is my iced coffee for the week. But yeah, this is what the pack looks like. And there's 2 of them in here, and then I just drop them in, and I usually fill it up to about here. So it makes quite a bit. As you can tell, I've had a lot of coffee this week, but I like these a lot better than those pre-made cold brews that you can get in like the bottle in the orange juice section at the store. For some reason, those just taste very like chemical and like preserved to me. I don't know what it is, but this just tastes like true brewed coffee. So I know coffee is very subjective and everyone kind of has a different taste for something, and a lot of people love those, but I don't know. I feel like this is easier and cheaper, and it just tastes a little bit more authentic. Okay, so our syrup is finished steeping, and I just got this little mason jar that I found at Walmart. I think it was like $3, and then I just bought this at TJ Maxx. It's a little strainer. It came in a set of 3, and then I'm just gonna set this in here and then pour the syrup in, and it's just gonna catch all the little lavender petals, so then we're just left with syrup in the bottom. Okay, so this is seriously so refreshing, and once you have everything made, like the iced coffee and the syrup, it's super easy to throw together in the morning, and it just tastes like you went to a cafe. So definitely the perfect amount of lavender for me personally. It's just a little hint, so it's just very light and refreshing. But if you really love the taste of lavender and you want to taste that like super strong, I would just do maybe a tablespoon or two more of the lavender flowers. So good. So this will definitely be saving me on coffee costs throughout the rest of the summer season. But yeah, let's bring the curling iron out here and I will show you all how I do my hair and I will kind of update you all on the house situation. Okay, so we got the curling iron here, and this is the one I use. As you can see, it's very well loved, but this is nothing crazy. I just got this on Amazon. It's that Chi brand. Again, I will link it below. But yeah, there is not very much to this curling technique that I do. So you guys will see, it's really easy. I'm also gonna go grab the hair protectant that I use. I already put it in, so I'll just show you guys. But I basically spray my hair with it, my dry hair with it, because I don't like to use like heat on my hair to blow dry my hair. So I usually just like let that air dry and then I'll spray the heat protectant and then let that fully dry so I'm not like curling wet hair because that's so bad for your hair. But I'll show you the one I use. Okay, so this is the hair protectant that I use. I just found this at TJ Maxx. It's not always there. I will see if I can find a link for it below, but it just smells really good and it has a good mister on it, so you can just get a nice full mist on your hair. Also, I'm aware that I need a haircut, okay? But life has been busy, so. So I'm just gonna turn this on and I turn it on to full heat so my curls last for several days. So we'll just let that heat up. It usually heats up pretty quick. Okay, so while this thing is heating up, I guess I will kind of just start filling you all in. So basically, if you watched my makeup tutorial video, I explained how we didn't really feel at home in Charlotte. It didn't feel like the final stop and we kind of missed Arizona and the West Coast. So we were really exploring moving back there and we actually took a very serious trip out there in February. So we booked a hotel for like a week and a rental car and we probably saw like 30 houses with our realtor. If we weren't seeing a house with our realtor, we were just going in open door houses on our own and just like learning neighborhoods, and we had every intention to actually move there. And basically our dream was to find a home with a little bit of a mountain view in the backyard and a beautiful pool and space for Kona to run around. And we saw so many homes like that. It honestly was so exciting. And I think that we told ourselves that we could afford maybe a little bit more than we could, as people usually do when they're going out to purchase something. You know, you have a budget and then typically you'll go a little bit over it because you want to stretch and get the best thing. But when it came down to putting the offer in, we just could not do it. So, I mean, we could afford it. It was just we would be spending a very large chunk of our monthly income on our home and our mortgage, and that just didn't sit right with us. And ultimately, we really wanted to make the move so bad, but we just felt like it wasn't right. Like there was just something in our gut saying this is not a good idea, just because we wouldn't have had any extra money really left over to do vacations or go see our family, or if there's a medical emergency, just things like that. We just felt like it was a little bit too risky. So, you know, we are fortunate enough to have this really beautiful home. So we just kind of figure we're gonna sit here for a couple more years and wait it out. And I do a really bad job of doing these get ready with me's and talking at the same time. So I'm gonna pause, show you how I do the curl, and then we will continue the chat. But basically I start with my front pieces because these are the most important. And I don't use this little thing. I put that down because it gets in the way. And then I just wrap it around. I don't use the little clamp. And then I like to leave a little bit out at the end here. And then I'll just kind of like move it back and forth just a little bit. Hold it there for a sec. And then this is the curl. I like to have them all going the same way just so it's very uniform and they can all fall together. So I just keep mine going the same direction and I do it away from my face. So I wrap it around away from my face on this side, and then same thing on this side. I'll wrap it away from my face so that way it kind of just like fans out. And yeah, that's what I do the entire time. I like to kind of start with the top hairs. And I don't like to take too much at a time because if you take a big chunk of hair, then it doesn't really hold the curl very well. So yeah, I just do this all over my head and that is literally it. Anyway, so I think the plan for now, it's so funny because I say something on YouTube and then I swear like the next week it changes. So as of right now, I think what would be kind of nice is to just put a pool in here. I know you can't use it as often as you can in somewhere like Arizona or Florida, But, you know, that's always been part of the dream. But I guess we're just kind of more so in the mindset of just making the most of what we have and not constantly looking for change. And, you know, when we have such a great home here, we just keep having the conversation of how we think it's a smart move to stay where we are. We're not going to give in to the FOMO and the we want what we want right now and we have to have it now. I think we're just going to wait and be patient, save up a good chunk of money, and potentially just make this house what we really dreamed of in the meantime, because we do have the space and a really pretty backyard for a pool right now, and I have a vision for it. So when I am done curling my hair, I will take you all outside and kind of show you the vision, and you can let me know what you think. And if some of you have pools or you've had pools in the past, feel free to let me know your experience. Do you think it's worth it? Do you think that it's a ton of maintenance and it's overly hyped up? You know, let me know what your experience is. I grew up with a pool in Florida and Mike grew up with a pool in California. So obviously we did not have to take care of it. We were kids, but we really loved it. It just kind of made it feel like home for us, because I feel like you have this whole nother area of relaxation and kind of like a little outdoor oasis and an extension of your home. But yeah, this is basically how I curl my hair, as you guys have been seeing. So it looks like this when I'm done, but then once it is fully cooled, I just brush it out. So it just makes it a little bit more, you know, wavy, and this does fall a little bit. That's how I do it. So I'm just gonna do the other side, and then once that's done, I will take you all in the backyard and show you what I was thinking if we did go ahead with the pool plans, just kind of some of my inspiration and my ideas, and also show you some garden updates. Okay, you wanna show everyone outside? I know. Oh, you wanna play. Okay, hold on. This is her new ball, she just got it. So, okay, this is the garden area, which we just installed, and it's doing really well. I'll show you some updates on that in a moment, but this would be the area where we would add the pool, and, you know, we wouldn't have room for like a super large one, but I was thinking just a long rectangle, kind of like those reflection pools that you see in like Tuscan or European gardens. I just think that is so beautiful. So, you know, I wouldn't want anything fancy or crazy, just a really simple, thin border, no deck or anything like that, just to keep costs down. I would like to install a row of privacy trees over here, and then maybe like a hedge of hydrangeas just to kind of act as a floral backdrop to the pool. I think that would be really pretty, but we probably wouldn't do a deck or anything to keep costs down. We'd probably just do very simple lounge chairs just placed right on the grass for that really like casual, rustic kind of European garden theme, just keeping things very simple. So let me know what you all think, but let's do some garden updates. Over here we have all of our roses, which I feel like are doing really well. I need to deadhead some of these, like I need to deadhead these guys, but they have grown so much since I planted them. I'll see if I can insert like a little photo or a video of how they looked when I planted them. Like you can see they just keep sending up all of these new little buds. And these things seriously have not slowed down this entire summer. They've been constantly covered in flowers, which is why they're one of my favorites. I love these sensuous roses. During the beginning of the season, I had a really bad Japanese beetle problem, but I think that was just like that time of year, because since then I haven't really had any. And these are just so, so pretty. I love the little pop of pink they give to this area. These are also my little jalapeno peppers. They are constantly giving me peppers, like I cannot even pick them fast enough. And then I'm really happy with how my lime tree has grown. This is the key lime tree, and then this one is the Persian lime tree. So clearly I'm having a lot more luck with the key lime tree. You can see it's already starting with all of these little limes all over the place. So that is very, very exciting. This one has two relatively large ones right here, but that is all it has. So those should be ready pretty soon, which is exciting. But I love how these roses look kind of with this olive tree in the background. I had to stake it because it was kind of growing all crooked, but I just love the little punch of olive kind of bluish foliage that it gives to this space. There's one over there, and then I have another one on the other side of the arbor. But you guys, oh my gosh, all of my lavender died.
all of it. It was so sad. It was so beautiful when I first put it in, and it was honestly thriving. So I have no idea what happened. The lady in my ceramic class that I was talking to about lavender, she's like, yeah, lavender just never grows here for some reason. Mine always dies. And I was like, well, I'm gonna make sure that I do full-on research, and I'm gonna take care of it and baby it, and it's gonna thrive in my garden. And of course mine died, and it all died like right at the same time. So I don't know if it just got a certain humidity level or like temperature and it just couldn't handle it, but they all died within the same week. And I had a bunch planted here, a bunch planted over there, and it just went down. But my rosemary bush is doing so good. I come out here and I trim this all the time to use in cooking, which is really nice. And then this olive tree is doing really well. So I did have this one get quite a bit of damage during the winter this year, so I didn't know if it would make it, but it's doing pretty well. It's just like very behind when you compare it to this one over here. Also, these are the hydrangeas, and I'm kind of bummed about it because they were really pretty for a short period of time, but I don't know if you can see, they're already kind of drying out, and I do water them pretty frequently, like almost every day I try to water them, and we've had a lot of rain lately, so I'm not sure why they are already just kind of pooping out. I mean, fall is coming, but it's still very hot here. And then these are my white wedding hydrangeas, and they're doing pretty good still. There's like a little bit of burning here, but they look really good when you compare that to the limelight. So these are the little limes. They're not limelight primes, they're little limes, so they're smaller. And then these are the white wedding, which are from Southern Living, I believe. And then these are proven winners. So yeah, hopefully they'll grow in a little bit more and create like a solid hedge along this back area. That would be really pretty. Also, I just wanted to show you my zinnias. How stinking pretty are these? They just kind of started going crazy. I felt like they took forever to kind of come up, but now they are flowering like crazy. And I started all of these from seed. I'll insert some footage right here. I started them all from seeds from the dollar store, and now they're so pretty. I wish I would have planted more. I think it would be really pretty to have like a whole section of these, and this was only like 12, but I think it's time to cut some of these and use them inside in a vase because they're just getting so pretty. And if you do that, if you cut them right here, I think they call that pinching, and then it'll grow more flowers. So yeah, I'm really happy with how these came out.
All right, everyone, that about wraps up this video. I hope that you enjoyed this little chatty vlog. If you did, let me know in the comments, or if you didn't, that's fine too. You can let me know, but definitely let me know your thoughts on the pool situation because I'm very curious to see what you all think of that. And yeah, I just hope that you all enjoyed. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.